Well, well, well. What do we have here? Anime tanks. We've had anime tanks in the game before. In fact, we've had the girls in Panzer 4 in the game for quite a while. One that you had to earn maybe 8 years ago. Now they have released them again for purchase. And they have done that once before, or released it again. But now we have more tanks. We have the Tiger II Kuro. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. I'm just kidding. I'm going to. Kuromorimine. Sure, why not? Probably completely wrong, but that's okay. And then we've got the BT-42, and then the Panzer 4 still. But today we are reviewing the Tiger II. It is tier 7, and basically, I pulled this out with Sodbad Haven yesterday, and what we discovered is this is literally the stock Tiger II from when the game was first released. Minus the fact that you have the top turret. So that's pretty cool. You have the top turret, but everything else is stock. Stock engine, stock tracks, stock gun. But the gun has since been buffed. So instead of the 240 alpha, you have 280 alpha. And you're at tier 7. So you feel powerful again. In fact, he and I, we had huge grins the hour and a half we played this tank yesterday. It was so much fun. And oftentimes, you hear me have pretty bad takes on some of these tanks. And like, hey, I really don't like how they did this, or I don't like how they did that. And people say, oh, you're a negative reviewer. I'm a negative reviewer because Wargaming have not been releasing good things. This tank feels like World of Tanks. It is the greatest addition to this game in the last 8 years. It is amazing. I'm playing this, and I feel like I'm in 2017 again. It is absolutely crazy, absolutely fun. You feel like a powerhouse, but you don't feel overpowered because of the reload and the derpy gun. But you feel like how the Tiger II used to. I don't know if you guys played 11 years ago, but when you came against the Tiger II, it was scary. Now you come up against Tiger II, and you're just like, pinata, juicy. You don't have 160 millimeters over plate armor like the Tiger II at tier 8. You have 150. Everything about this tank is historically accurate, which is so amazing. You have the historical accurate tracks, the historical accurate engine and power to weight ratio, historically accurate armor plates, historically accurate gun. It's super awesome. I really like that. People will be like, well, actually, CloneGuy, actually, if this were historically accurate, the tank would break down. Not all of them broke down, a lot of them broke down, and this is not an arcade game or a simulation game. This is an arcade game, okay? This is best case scenario, Tiger II. It's awesome, and I really love the tank. And that's about as far as we're going to go into that, because I always say gameplay is best. But we have a 6.2 seconds reload, 2700 DPM on this tank with our setup. We have gun rammer, vents because you can't take vertical stabilizer, and we have optics. And our crew, we have thrown in Nishizumi herself into it. I know she didn't drive this one or command this one. I don't care. She's the only one I have, so deal with it. We have Brothers in Arms, rapid loading, steady aim, snapshot, smooth ride, armor angling, sixth sense, clutch braking, and off-road driving. And that maximizes what I feel a Tiger and Tiger II are good at. Also, what makes this tank amazing as well is that you can now platoon a Tiger II with a regular old Tiger. How beautiful. This thing right next to this thing. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, without further ado, let's pull it out and see how well it does. The Tiger II, tier 7, this thing. And there's the voice speaking. But the Tiger II originally had 40 millimeters of turret roof armor. See this forehead above the gun? Below the cupola, that's 40 millimeters, meaning 122s can overmatch. So you gotta watch out for IS-6s, IS-3s, 112s, things like that, because they will overmatch you. That guy firing AP will overmatch me. That KV-2 will overmatch me. So keep that in mind. That even the KV-2 firing AP, it has to be AP, it can't be heat, can't be HE. Those will overmatch your tank. So we're gotta be careful, make sure that doesn't happen. 8 degrees of gun depression over the front, so there is a bit of a buff over the nostalgic Tiger II back in the day. The Tiger II back in the day had 5 over the front. You now have 8, so that's a bit of a buff. So realistically, this tank might be better than this. It is. It's better than the stock Tiger II. So that's really, really nasty. But 700 horsepower engine instead of 870, as you can see, our 10 horsepower per ton struggles. It struggles. I think it was 10, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the horsepower per ton really is, because you can see it in game as we play it. But speaking of 112s, that thing is scary. That thing is scary. And that thing is scary. All those can go through my upper plate, no problem, because we don't have a buff. And you can see the gun handling is not that great on the move. You can't take a vertical stabilizer like you can the Tiger II. I'm going to start referring to the Tiger II, the tech tree, as the King Tiger. I think it's a little easier and less complicated. And we're going to roll right up into these guys' faces. Oof. That guy just got BZ'd. BZ'd in the face. His pen is more than enough to go through our upper plate. We're going to track him. He's going to shoot us again. We're going to over-angle. There we go. That's our only chance, really, with him. Because his pen is so good and he's firing AP. Yeah, oh, he's firing heat now, so... now it really doesn't matter. Load some gold here. I really want to help this guy. Because if I can keep him alive, he can keep me alive. BZ gets him. There we go. .203mm of standard pen on this, which is typical for the 88. It's fantastic at for tier 7, by the way. He shoots us straight in the turret face. The turret face on this is a weak spot. We shoot him right in the ammo rack. Kaboosh. Brusque. We do not need premium for him, but he's firing one. And he's firing two. Get the fire. Now he's going nice and slow for us. And get the kill. BZ58, is that the tier 7? That is the tier 7. This tank, by the way, is gonna do damage so easily. Like 3,000 damage, I think, is just normal in this tank. Is he drowning himself? He might be. He is. Can we get the track on him? Somebody? Nope. Man camps his base, then kills himself. It's like, my team is so bad. Well, maybe if you were helping, maybe you could have won. We'll see how much damage he's done at the end of this game. But there it is. Powerhouse. We only blocked one shell that game, but we were still very aggressive because you knew you could be. I knew I could be. And that's what you're going to notice in this tank, that even in games where you don't block much damage, you know you can be aggressive because you do have the armor that can work. And many times will, even in a tier 8 game. We just fought very big guns, and then the one guy who shot us, who doesn't have the pen to deal with us frontally, shot us in the back. So, also, where's this guy? Oh, look at that. He got 2 shots off. Interesting, interesting. Well, there we go. How about we do another game? Holy stinking moly, this matchmaking. I let the little person speak again. Yeah, this matchmaking is absolutely insane. One piggy, SU8. I'm not sure how well those things play these days. The AMX 19 F3 has absolutely ripped me apart. The Hummel rips me apart in the M44. The SU8, I don't really see much. We'll see. Is this a real person? It is a real person. That's a real person. It's got to be. Because bots don't play like that. Everyone's missing. That's a real person. If you can put shots into real people, do it. Alright. Our team, it's about tied, actually. I think I want to continue. They have a gun wall. And this Tiger 131 is our powerhouse on our team, probably, damage-wise. And he does not have the armor to deal with all the bots. Or this guy. So I definitely want to be here. Watch this Tiger 131 shred him. He's going to be firing his gold rounds as he should. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Alright, we're going to move to the other side. Game is still close. Yep, that was a good shot, indeed. Good comment. Very loud. I probably won't last long with the voices on. But where are their real players, their real heavies? Their bots are pushing through. There's one. And there's the other. Any fixes? Let's avoid the pig. This guy wants some, so we're gonna give it to him. Or not. Get my armor around. Hold him still again. I'm gonna put this right into his ammo rack right there. I want to try again. Actually, no need, we can track him. Tiger 131 gets the kill. This is the kind of game here where you wish there were 30 enemies. But there are not. Not enough. And who are you trying to run away? I say no! Wow, that's when you get these this matchmaking where you're top tier and you're fighting bots, then you really are just a powerhouse. Man, oh man. You feel powerful. You feel powerful. Finally, a tank that you feel powerful in that I also think is balanced. That is this, the Tiger II Kuro. Man, that's why their real players were... all their real players scored lower than the bots, other than their arty. That is... hiking cone. That is disappointing. Tier 8. And look at that, a Captured King Tiger, which is basically an inferior version to me. The reason the Captured King Tiger is not that great is because the Captured King Tiger also has 700 horsepower engine that I have, but he's a tier higher. And my gun now has 280 alpha. He still only has 240. So, this tank is just kind of better. And I'm a tier lower, meaning I don't have to fight the tier 10s he does. And I even get to fight tier 5s. Now, I'm going to say something maybe a little controversial, potentially. I wish this wasn't an anime tank. Whoa, wait a minute. Everybody's like, oh, wow, this is a great show. I get that. And I'm not saying it's not. However, I'm sad that it had to take an anime tank to release a tank like this. Because this is awesome. And I wish we had already had it. That's all I'm saying. But no, I love it. I love it. I love this. It's just, again, too bad. That guy's not gonna touch us. And we're apparently not going to touch him. Dreadnought's going to try to pop us. Imagine my shock. How predictable can someone be? He's very lucky that this tank is derping so hard. We've only put one shell in thus far. And we definitely could have put more in by now. Like, it's just miss after miss after miss. No vertical stabilizer on this tank. Keep backing up. Go for the drive wheel, then get it, doesn't matter. We're gonna kill him here in about 2 seconds. Kill him and move on. Lucky pen there. He actually got me in the turret. That's weird. I didn't think that was showing. Or I was showing that much, but I guess I was. Chose to back up. Where is he penning me so easily? Where was he penning me so easily? Well, he was shooting gold and we were not. Both shells through my upper plate. Interesting. But that just shows the difference right there between standard and premium. He no longer required any talent of the game whatsoever to damage my tank. All he required were credits. Why did they buff that thing's cupola, by the way? Like, that is so unnecessary. Like, it makes no sense. Some of the choices in this game, I say some, and that's a complete lie. All of the choices in this game by Wargaming are pretty bad. Like, you can't... Standard rounds don't go through that cupola anymore. But if I were fighting, let's say, a tier 10 Patton, you never would with this tank, but you could with this gun, I could deal with it. I could, unironically, deal with it. And I cannot against the tier 8. Anyway, 1300 damage. Not a great game. Well, we did block 1100 damage, but that was just from the KV-2 being dumb and the M42 being dumb. We're spotted. It's gotta be on our this way, I think. We bounced off of him. Interesting bounce there. And we missed him because he stopped. Wonder why. He has a lot of heat pen. We want to over angle here because he can go through our upper plate and he can go through our turret. He's gonna try that again to kill me. He's gonna think I'm advancing. Like, if I were him, that's what I would do right now. I would poke right in the same spot, knowing full well that I'd be advancing. But he's not doing that. No, he half did it. He instead put himself in a spot where he's not going to get any more damage at all. Yeah, there's that. And... interesting. Interesting, interesting. Strange play. But there's the Tiger 2 again. I think we're gonna do one more game in this. We haven't had anything huge, and we might not. And that's okay. But I'm just enjoying playing this tank. It is so much fun. It's definitely gonna be my go-to tier 7. Like, oh boy, I'm not having a great time at tier 10. Let's go here. In fact, why would I even play tier 10 anymore? That's my question. Tier 9. This is the first game in which I've ever fought against tier 9s in this tank. In fact, let me see how many games I've played in total here. Let's see, we're gonna open up my statistics. I've played 15 games and this is the first tier 9 game. Zounds. But let's see what we can do. There's a lot of armor over there. But those of you who are thinking to get this tank, the sale ends. It's gone. You can't buy it anymore after today. If you're watching this video on the day it comes out, you have to get it before tomorrow, Tuesday. Tuesday, it's gone. It's just forewarning. Unfortunately, I have not been around to do a video sooner. I wish I was, so that you guys would have had the full 2 weeks to decide. I did not do that. I would love to be the C75 in this matchup, by the way. But that's basically what I get to be when I'm top tier, right? And we'll reload before he gets away. Maybe in his tracks. Nice. Comet kills our AMX, so they have a Comet back there. There's their T95. There's their Type 4. Something else is back there. 140. Is there 2 Comets? What gun is that Type 4 firing, by the way? That's the question. And that is dirt. Who's this man? Coward. Broke his gun. This could be just be annoying, you know. Come back. Hopefully my E75 fights him. Can I fight a T95 in a 53 TP or 50 TP? Probably not. Wow, he was waiting. This already is still aiming only at me. Kill him. A little help. Where can we find him? Maybe right here? There it is. He fixed. Turn, gun, turn. He fixed! Oh, the angling, the angling! He really wanted. I had no idea. If I knew he was gonna push like that, I wouldn't have stopped there. I thought he was gonna stop because of our tank destroyer, but their tank destroyer died. Who killed our tank destroyer? The 53 TP. Golly. Not much you can do to a T95. But man, he was not good at the game. We were just worse. That's the problem. Our E75 was also really bad. He's up to 1,700 damage in a game like this. He had no idea that he had the butt of a T95 that entire time. He's just sitting, facing this way. Literally all he had to do was turn his gun and be like, wait a minute, that's the back end of a T95. Yes, sir. You could have been farming a T95. But what can you do? I don't think we're going to get any better games than that. I mean, we could sit down and have an ace tank, get ace tankers. Definitely. We could have a 4,000, 5,000 damage game in this tank. I can see that happening. But this is a review video, and so I want to show off, you know, the strengths and weaknesses. And you got to see just the struggle versus the T95. Our gun, just the small caliber, made it so we had to shoot the tracks multiple times just to track them. And then our long reload was not quick enough, despite the low alpha, to keep him tracked. And so that is the problem there. And then a bit of a misplay we had, shooting at the 50 TP instead of keeping our attention toward the T95. I didn't think the T95 was going to make such a abrasive play when he was going to present himself sideways onto my tank destroyer by doing that. But he did anyway, so he died. Works for me. We're going to wait for the outcome of this. No, we're not. And I'll tell you why. Because we're going to win this game. It shouldn't be an issue. So we're not going to wait for the outcome of this game so that I can outro. That is it. That is the review of the Tiger II Kuro. However it is. What is it called? Oh, skip this. Get this out of here. Yeah, Kuro. If you want to get one, it is money you have to pay. In fact, let's see how much it costs. 7,400 for your Tier 7 Tiger II. I think it's a great tank. Would I recommend it? Actually, yeah. I recommend it. I think this is a fun tank. It brings me back to the old game. And I don't have to worry about playing against Tier 10s, because Tier 10 is toxic. And you get all the bad players who are coming over from Cold War. You don't have to worry about them playing this tank. So I really like it. But let me know your thoughts on the Tiger II Kuro in the comments below. If you like it, if you don't like it. And we will also, just because I know there's going to be the curious few, see how that game went. Unsurprisingly, E75 is not top. We did score second place, not too shabby. T95 only got to shoot me that game and one other guy. Good for him. That was his game. But that is it. And I will be seeing you guys all later. Take care, everyone. And peace out.